Then I went back and read the last.
Great opportunity.
We're doing a lot. Yeah, a lot of moving parts together. Still working on that. I had my.
Send it back. I didn't. Did it go just now? Come back.
Yeah. So this is
Glad you guys are going out. Come back and grab them.
go out and do 3 to 5 years.
You earned it as much as you
No,
And basketball games for that time.
told him no handshakes.
Exhausted. Come in, talk about focus.
Not feeling so good.
I knew about it.
Good evening. It is 6:50 p.m. and we will begin the Streets Committee. We'll do a roll call. Councilwoman Daly,
Present.
Councilwoman Mount.
Here.
Cool deal. We're going to be discussing Bill number 26027 regarding the 6th Street Bridge Replacement Project. And we are pleased to have City Engineer Mr. Bianchi come up and share some info with us.
All right, thank you. Okay, if I could just direct your attention to this document here, talk about Bill 26027. And this bill pertains to a bridge that needs replaced inside the city, namely the double arch bridge on 6th Street, just east of Bowman, along Toby Run. So I say double arch because you can see the picture there on the bottom. It's got two barrels. It's got the pier in the middle, and it's got the two barrels that allow water to flow through. Now, this bridge has basically two issues with it. Number one, it was built over 120 years ago. So it's fairly old. It's reached its design life. But also this type of configuration, this double barrel arch collects debris. So you'll see in the bottom right-hand picture, that's an aerial view taken from 2022. You can see all that debris that gets clogged in the arch and doesn't allow water to pass through the structure. So two things. Number one, replacing the bridge. And number two, replace it with a bridge that's more efficient for this area. So we reached out to ODOT and applied for a grant about 2 years ago, and we received 95% grant funds for this bridge, both in the design, the construction, and the inspection. So our local share is minimal at a cost of about $50,000. The total cost of the project is close to $1 million. So the legislation that's before you this evening pertains to properties that we need to acquire, and not properties, portions of properties, very small portions, probably the size of this desk, that we need to acquire in order to work and replace the bridge. So we're preparing ourselves if we cannot negotiate with the property owners that we would have to move towards appropriation of the properties. We do not anticipate that happening, but we are preparing just in case so that we can get this project built in the time frame that ODOT requires. So this legislation approves us to move forward with appropriation, but I don't believe we're going to need to. I believe we're going to just be able to simply acquire the property under fair negotiation. So
I have a question. Do the owners, they're aware of this as well?
yes, they are.
Are there any questions from the committee members?
Yes. So which section of the property you're want to acquire? I'm
It's
looking at it. I'm not
Right
sure.
near the roadway, just behind the sidewalk.
Oh, so it's not much really. It's just.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
very little. It's a strip.
Oh.
The total
Mm,
take, you'll
okay.
see, I put them
That's
down
fine.
there in the bottom left of the three parcels. We're talking on 0.0335 acres. That's, that's,
Oh, okay.
yeah, very minimal land.
Oh,
This will benefit the area in terms of localized flooding. So you can imagine when this bridge clogs up, water goes over the structure and starts to flood 6th Street. This bridge will not solve the 100-year flood problem on 6th Street. That's not what this is going to do. But what we call localized flooding, we hope that it will mitigate.
I have a question.
Yes.
So it will be much wider. That's the aim.
Yeah. So the middle picture at the bottom shows that opening with a double arch, and it's got that pier right in the middle.
Can remove it.
That once a large tree trunk comes through there,
Mm,
it
it's
collects
stuff.
and then it starts to gather everything. And our crews know to, after a large storm, go check this structure out to remove the
yeah.
debris. But in the end, this will be a single span structure with one opening that will allow stuff to go through it.
Faster. I also remember we dealt with this last year. What was it? Why we had to do something? I remember it came up.
Probably maybe accepting the grant.
Okay.
So
Okay.
yeah, we accepted the grant. Now this is the appropriation piece, and I'll be back maybe in a month to ask for authorization to construct the bridge.
Okay. Okay.
So I'll be back one more time.
Okay. Great. Thank you.
Are there any questions from, Councilwoman?
Thank you, Councilman Diaz. Mr. Bianchi, is there just 3 properties affected? Am I correct in that?
That's
Okay.
right. 3 parcels, 2 property owners. One
Okay.
property owner owns 2 parcels.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure.
Councilman Marquette?
Are you wanting ownership of the property? Do you want right of way to be able to work on it whenever you want?
So this when we spend ODOT or federal funds, we acquire what's called standard highway easements, SHEs. And those are basically, they're easements. It's not the property per se. It's an easement that gives the city full rights to that strip. But that land will not be in the city of Mansfield's name. We're just buying all the interest, essentially, most of the interest.
Councilman Miranda?
So when you say buy or acquire,
Mhm.
estimated cost that would come around with that?
Each property owner about less than 2,000.
Okay.
The property was appraised through a fair market value analysis, and then it was reviewed by an independent appraiser that we had to hire separately outside the project. So. Mhm.
Are there any further questions from council at large? I thank you for the handout, and I love the illustration of the aerial because I've been down in that creek exploring, of course, urban exploring, and it gets bad. And on the
Mhm.
other side, that bridge as well was definitely, you had the trees poking out and everything.
Yeah.
So I'm glad that you added that, and that you've had communication with the owners as well. But that's all that I can. Thank you for coming here and letting us know, and that will conclude our streets committee at 6:57 p.m.
Okay, we got about 3 minutes until caucus starts, so hang on. Okay, it is 7 o'clock, so I'll call the session of Mansfield City Council caucus meeting to order. Are there any committee reports? Mr. Diaz.
I just have one. It's where'd it go? It's Saturday. This will be the annual Black History Celebration event at the Mansfield-Richland County Public Library, which will be the main branch on 3rd Street. It's beginning from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m., and they'll feature music, dancers, poets. There'll be a lot of resources there from different organizations, from different schools, and just a celebration of an awesome culture. And there'll also be good food. So stop by. It's a free family event. And that concludes my community announcements.
Okey-doke. Any other committee reports, public announcements? Okay, Mayor?
I just want to give a few updates. So first of all, I just want to say thank you to all of our public works crews for all the work that happened during the most recent snowstorm. They really did a great job. In addition to, the folks that we think of out on the street, we had maintenance workers on city property, parks workers. I know the fire department had their maintenance crews out all day, making sure things were dug out as well. So it's a lot, and really appreciate that, and appreciate residents' patience while we tried to get everything together. I'm pleased to say that we have made a hire for the wastewater treatment plant position, and that is going to be Sherry Fair. She's been filling that role on an interim basis, but she accepted our offer this last week, and so she has officially moved into that role. If you haven't had a chance to meet Sherry, she's fantastic, a really great addition to the city. She's moving over from the engineering department, and we're happy to have her there. We have this Thursday, I want to invite everyone. The Public Arts Commission is doing a grand opening for an exhibit. It's going to be at the Mansfield-Richland County Public Library, featuring the work of Ruthie Akuchie. So that is Reverend L's late daughter that passed sadly last year. She's quite a talented artist, really, really phenomenal portraits that she did, as well as some other art. It's very colorful, and she was very prolific. So that will be on display, I think, all of February in the public library, but there will be a ceremony at 5. So I know Reverend L and Donna will be there, and I'm sure would love to see you if you are around. And then obviously, we've talked about West Park Shopping Plaza being bought locally. We are going to kick off a public pool feasibility study here this spring. I've kind of soft launched that I think West Park would be a nice spot for that. But we'll be looking at the public pool in general, how big, we want to make sure obviously that if we're going to take a step in that direction, that it's going to be sustainable throughout many, many years to come. So more to come on that, but we have a great person that does these studies all across the country. So we have a meeting with him later this week. Council will definitely want you active and involved, as well as the whole community. And then last for me, we have our police recruits graduating this Friday from the police academy. So we will be up in Shelby Friday evening for that. Really excited. Happened to run into them this morning coming off the elevator. They all look fresh-faced and excited. So hopefully that lasts. Thanks.
Director Andrews?
I'd just like to reiterate what the mayor said. We appreciate all of our people that were out doing the plows. We scheduled our plow drivers 12 hours. So they came in at 7 in the morning, worked 7 to 11, and then 7 and 7. So they were out 12 hours actually plowing the streets and everything. We have plenty of snow. We have plenty of salt, but we can't use the salt if it's between 10 and 15 degrees. It's not effective. So if we're out there and it's cold, we're not going to waste the salt on that. And as it gets warmer, we'll start putting the salt. You'll see our crews out now picking up the piles of snow and moving it, because we're expecting some more snow this Friday. So we need to have some place to put it. So that's the reason why we're cleaning up the intersections, some of the parking lots for that. But it's kept us very busy, and we're ready for the next bout of snow this Friday. So that's all. Thank you.
Thank you. Director Porch?
Thank you, Mr. President. To council and the media, I passed out the 2025 yearly report for the drone unit. And I encourage you at some point to read through the whole report. But as promised, I want to direct your attention to the second to last page, where it shows the stats of the unit. Now, this both includes activity for both the police and the fire department. as promised, I told you that we would be doing a testing and evaluation of the DFR, which for newer members, it's drone first responder, which a drone deploys from the roof of the city building, initially goes to calls, assesses those calls, and then that drone returns to the city building. Now, the police department and the fire department have further drones outside of DFR for their own usage, and this report encompasses some of that. But to the attention of drone first responders, I wanted you to soak up the stats of what they were able to do in 25. Now, this program was led by Assistant Chief Garn and Lieutenant Reinhardt. This report was completed by Lieutenant Reinhardt, who did a great job. But I obviously want to commend the Assistant Chief and the Lieutenant for getting this program up and moving, and obviously with the support of both the police chief and the fire chief. So I think the stats speak for themselves. Now, I will say nothing's perfect. There's always needs to be tweaking and how we engage the program. The mayor has decided to fund that program into 26 here, and obviously we'll keep you updated on those stats. But if during your time, if there's any questions in this report, you're more than welcome to reach out to me later, and I'll answer those questions. So that's all I have, sir.
Thank you. Director Converse?
Thank you, Mr. President. I've provided council a brief written update on financial operations, but from a high level, we are managing peak workload, staffing transitions, and active audit requests. Our core financial operations remain stable, and my focus has been on continuity and internal controls. Also, we're in the final stages of preparing the budget update, which is currently under internal review and should be handed off to the mayor here in the next couple days. Thank you.
Thank you. And Deputy Director Madden?
Thank you. No major updates from the law department.
Okay. Then we shall proceed with legislation. So first piece of legislation for caucus this evening will be Bill 26-022, and I'll call on Mrs. Meyer.
Thank you, Mr. President. 26-022 will be honoring Assistant Chief Rob Garn upon his retirement from the City of Mansfield Fire Department. Do we want to read that legislation?
Yeah. So at this point in time, we'll have the clerk read in full Bill 26-022.
Honoring Assistant Chief Rob Garn upon his retirement from the City of Mansfield Fire Department. That this council, on behalf of the government and the citizens of the Mansfield community, is privileged to honor and pay tribute to Assistant Chief Rob Garn upon his retirement, effective February 2nd, 2026, after 25 years of service from the City of Mansfield Fire Department. The City of Mansfield proudly honors Assistant Chief Rob Garn upon his retirement from the Mansfield Fire Department after more than 25 years of dedicated and exemplary service to the community. Assistant Chief Garn's commitment to public service began early in life as a fire explorer and continued through 6 years of honorable service in the United States Navy. Following a proud family tradition of fire service, he joined the Mansfield Fire Department on July 22nd, 2000. Over the course of his career, he distinguished himself through professionalism, courage, and leadership, earning promotions to lieutenant in 2014, captain in 2021, and assistant chief in 2024. Assistant Chief Garn's service earned him some of the department's highest honors, including the Legion of Merit in 2004 and 2012, a letter of commendation in 2016, and recognition as Firefighter of the Year in 2022. As Assistant Chief, he oversaw EMS, fire prevention, and quality assurance. His final assignment was serving as shift commander for Sea Crew beyond the firehouse. Assistant Chief Garn was a fixture in the fire service community. He proudly represented Mansfield through participation in union softball and competitive tournaments. His enduring impact is seen through the firefighters he mentored and through his son, Michael, who was sworn in as a member of the Mansfield Fire Department on May 31st, 2022. Throughout his years in uniform, Assistant Chief Garn was known for leading by example and living by a simple but powerful philosophy. Never ask someone to do something you would not do yourself. Assistant Chief Garn worked his final shift on February 2nd, 2026, bringing to close a career defined by integrity, dedication, and selfless service. As he enters retirement, he looks forward to traveling with his wife, Kate, hiking in the mountains of Colorado, and spending time with his family. The City of Mansfield extends its sincere gratitude to Assistant Chief Rob Garn for his faithful service and wishes him and his family continued health, happiness, and fulfillment in his years ahead. This resolution shall take effect immediately.
You're not?
I'm sick.
All right. Okay. I'll
And I want to apologize to everybody that came down and visited yesterday. I feel horrible because I'm not feeling very well at all. I let the chief know. I said, I will be here, but I'm not going to stay long. I don't want to get anybody else infected. Right, exactly, exactly. He says, you're first up. My wife got a position out at the VA clinic in Grand Junction, Colorado. So that's the whole purpose of this, or I would be staying here until my time was up. You know, I appreciate all that you've done for us, for me. Thanks for all the support I have here this evening. You know, the racetrack even showed up. You know, I've been in contact. I'm not in fire prevention anymore. Most of you knew me from when I was in fire prevention, and they were contacting me to try to help them out and work through a few situations, and hopefully we have. You know, that is a great service for this city, and we need to move forward with that project. And not that you guys don't already know that, but again, thanks for what you've done for me and my family. And I'm going to leave you with that and try to go home and heal before I head out west.
Well, don't go away too quickly. We might have some comments.
Oh, okay.
Does any member of council have one? Okay. Might as well just go down. Ms. Brown.
Want to thank you for your years of dedicated service to the city. I'm thinking I first met you probably about 17 years ago. I vividly remember Station 1B crew, Mike Carey and Rob Garn, the crew that they were, and now both assistant chiefs. It's just cool to see what's happened over the years, but the dedicated service has has definitely made a big impact on the city. Thank you very much, and I hope you have a wonderful time out west.
I'm jealous that I can't go out west. I mean, so I'm very happy you guys' new journey, and you're one of the first few I met in the fire department, and you were always just involved in a lot of things, and you could tell right off that you were knowledgeable, you cared, and you didn't hold back. And I really enjoyed working with you, and I want to just give you a lot of props for all of the positions that you had in leadership, and that's a lot. You've accomplished a lot, and I think you're a true hero, and your legacy continues on here, even when you're out west. So congratulations.
Just want to thank you for your service, for your dedication, and I wish you all the best in your retirement.
Same here. Many of us, we work every day and there's those things that we do to make money, but you can tell that it goes a bit further than what you've done because even your son has decided to take part and protect the community as well. Your awards speak for themselves without even knowing you. It just shows the dedication and the love that you put in it. I wish you and your family the best. It's so wonderful to be able to live and leave healthy and start a new journey. So I wish you very much the best as you guys travel to a new city.
Absolutely. Echoing what they've said, your steady presence through the fire department is going to be missed, dearly missed. And we appreciate your dedication and we wish you the best of luck. Hope that you enjoy Colorado and have a great time. Thank you so much to the family for your dedication too and allowing him to serve with us for the city. So we appreciate that too.
Assistant Chief, haven't really met you before, know you, but the reflection of who's standing with you this evening is that comes down to a person of good character, strong will. We hate to see good folks leave sunny Mansfield, but you know what? You're always welcome back to town. Thank you very much for all your years of service. Thank you both.
Yeah. Thank you, Assistant Chief. Always look forward to going to a lot of events down at the fire station. I've seen you down there quite a few times. I'm glad this, friendly face and all that. I always appreciated that. Still blessed to not have you guys roll up at my house. So that's always a good thing, not to know you guys too well. And we'll kind of go from there. So good luck and bless you.
First of all, congratulations, Mike, and I'm sorry. I know, Rob, son. So first things first. I always joke that I took the wrong test, and the funny thing is, thank you again, because you're showing how to do retirement right. You're leaving and enjoying yourself. So first of all, thank you for that. Thank you for what you served to the community. I know I've been involved with you at different scenes and different things over the years, and you were always nothing but professional, and you could tell that you were well respected, again, echoing what people have said by who's here. So thank you for that. And I just want to wish you good luck. And I just wish you the best. Kate, you too. Thank you.
We appreciate all your years of service to the city. We appreciate everything you've done. Wish you well in retirement. And like I've said many, many times when we've had retirements, we thank the family for their dedication and, in your absence from the family and, you're off serving the city. We appreciate what their dedication to. So best of wishes in Colorado. Thank you.
Can I add something?
Oh, sure.
I just want to say all the best to you as well. You were the first AC that we got to swear in under my administration, but I had the pleasure of getting to know you a little bit before I became mayor in the Fire Prevention Bureau. And, you've always been evident. It was very evident that you were a man of your word. You took your job very seriously. And I think your leadership in the department existed long before you got the title assistant chief. And so you will definitely be missed, but excited for you and your family. I mean, what an incredible opportunity. Mount Gee's does not compare to the Rocky Mountains. So, good choice, but wish you all the best, truly, and excited that your son's going to be here. So we know we'll see your friendly face around when you're back in town.
It's too much to do now. Anybody else down the directors?
Yes, Chief, obviously, we've had our conversation. We came on the city pretty much the same time. I've enjoyed my whole career with you. Obviously, it was kind of awkward being safety director to swear you in as assistant chief, but I wish nothing but the best for you and your family, and enjoy every day. And thank you for the job that you did. Hard shoes to fill. And but you've earned your retirement, and enjoy.
Anyone else? Yep. Okay, we thank you. You can go home now. Go home and get better. Okay, proceeding on with the legislation, we will move on to Bill 26-023, and I'll call on Ms. Robertson.
Thank you, Mr. President. Bill 26-022. I'm sorry, 023, my correction, is approving the appointment of following members to Mansfield Public Arts Commission for a term commencing August 1st, 2026. And
Is there any questions or discussion on Bill 26-023? Okay. Yes, sir. Mr. Fauquet.
2-sentence biography about this person, maybe somebody knows something.
Yeah, Deshay is a really talented local photographer. She, her business name is Deshay Harris Photography. She is, I don't know, she's a young professional, just has a really good heart. She was really excited to be asked to serve on this. We actually have 2 other positions that are open on the Arts Commission, so she'll be the first one. I've got 2 more that hopefully I can get to you either at the next meeting or in March. But yes, she's fantastic, and I think she'll really be a good addition.
Okay. Any other questions, discussion? Okay. Moving on to Bill 26-023, Mr. Folket.
Gonna do 26024, which was
24, I'm sorry.
then and now,
first
the
mistake of the
infamous
night.
then and now, somebody cutting POs after we got invoiced. This was for legal services for some economic development. And they, you know how they do, they kind of guess on how much it is, and then they slip the invoice in before they tell you, and then we end up here. So if there's questions for more detail, somebody in the next row has answers.
Are there any questions? Okay. Moving on to Bill 26-025, Mr. Folket.
Thank you, Mr. President. 26-25 is for the routine offloading of personal property and internet. We through an auction, we use Gov Deals. This is a routine thing that happens. I don't think it's exactly quarterly, but give or take 2 to 4 times a year.
Okay, is there any other questions, discussion on Bill 26-025? And I guess I'll ask Mr. Folket, would you like to make a motion to bring this forward?
Yes, I would, and thanks for catching it before we got too far away. I move that Bill 26025 be placed on the floor tonight and eliminate all further necessary readings.
Second.
Okay, it's been regularly moved and seconded. We have further readings on Bill 26-025 and bring it forward tonight at council for a final vote. Motion passes 8-0. Okay, moving on to Bill 26-026, Mrs. Meyer.
Thank you, sir. 26-026 will be authorizing the Safety Service Director to enter into a contract with Atlantic Emergency Solutions, 6900 Northview Avenue, Northeast in Canton, to purchase one Pierce Impel pumper fire truck for the Mansfield Fire Department. And I think there'll be plenty of questions. Is it okay to invite the chief up?
Sure.
All right.
Absolutely.
Come on up here, sir, so we can grill you about this $1.1 million piece of equipment.
I think I'm just as mad as anybody else with it. Am I on?
You're on. You're on. You're in the hot seat. Well, go ahead. Why don't you just go ahead and tell us, and then we've got, I'm sure,
Yeah.
questions will arise from.
Right. So this is just to replace, to try to continue with our replacement schedule for fire engines. It'll be replacing one of our 2008 pumpers. We're on a schedule right now where we want our fire engines to be a frontline vehicle for 10 years and then to be 10 years in reserve. So by the time we do take delivery of these, it'll put us on schedule to replace one of those. However, we are scaling back quite a bit with our plans. As far back as I can tell, to 1999, we've always bought fire engines in pairs. We've always bought twins. But we are simply not able to do that at this time because of the outrageous, frankly, cost of fire engines and how rapidly those costs have gone up over the past few years. The truck that we're looking at purchasing tonight is $1.156 million and some change. That same spec of a truck, the exact same spec of a truck in 2022 was $740,000. So it's gone up dramatically. So much so that it's received Senate hearings in Congress and the attention of the IAFC, which is the Fire Chiefs Association, as well as the IAFF, because they're really unsustainable costs and burdens that our local government is having to bear. And it's as I've said, it's not a sustainable practice. We do pay for these out of our capital equipment fund. We've done very well in our capital equipment fund. That's based on EMS revenue, and we've seen very good returns in the amount of money we've been able to recoup from our EMS services over the last several years. But those increased revenues haven't kept up with the increased costs. So that's really going to make us really look at our service delivery if we can't keep pace with our replacement schedule that we put in place. And it's not a thing that we just made up. We did a strategic plan through the mayor's leadership when she first came in. And these were things that we outlined, that we look at our apparatuses and we look at capital improvement plans and we look at replacement schedules and we try to evaluate all these things. And it's something that we take very seriously. I certainly take very seriously. So to be at the point where we have to make those purchases, but we simply don't have the funds to do everything that we need, it really makes us step back and look at how we're doing business and what the plan is going forward. So I do hope that you support this purchase tonight. The fund is in good shape to handle this purchase and to stay strong. But also, kind of bear with us as we do look at ways to improve our service and to do the best. As I've said, when I first got sworn as chief, one of my duties that I see is to take the resources that you appropriate, that the citizens give to this government, and use them as efficiently as possible, and to take care of them, as best we can. So we certainly want to make sure that when we're making big purchases like this, that we're doing our homework and we're going to try to get the best deal we can for the citizens.
Mrs. Meyer?
Chief, I know the answer to this, but so that everybody else knows, the expected delivery time.
Yeah.
Want to talk about that and kind of go from there.
Yeah, they're looking at 890-day delivery time. So it comes to be about 2.5 years, a little more than that, or a little less than that, actually, which is a lot less. When we first were speccing the truck, we were looking at 4 years. A lot of the other manufacturers are still looking at between 3.5 to 4 years. So with Pierce and the company we're going with, they've just added a new plant. So they've significantly reduced some of their lead times. Yes.
Oh, my question is, you said typically you purchase these and they're twins when they're doing it. So with a 10-year gap between it, is this going to have us at a deficit in order to gain this other one? And you are going to be looking at like service delivery in order to do that, like building or gaining more funds to be able, will we have to change that time frame and purchase one somewhere in midst of that?
Yeah, we might have to look at, obviously, if we're going to continue with the same way we operate today, we're going to have to purchase another one here in the next year or two. Okay. So looking at the outlook of how that capital fund plays out and whether we can fit those payments in there, there's been discussions with leadership. I don't want to step out of line about maybe adjusting the formula for how that capital fund is kind of loaded with EMS funds to maybe make sure that we can cover these. Or maybe looking at the size of our fleet in general, not the size of our stations or the size of our personnel out there, but whether or not we need to keep as many fire trucks as we currently do, or delay out our schedule to make it so that we're trying to get more than 10 years frontline or different. There's a bunch of different options, but yeah, we have to look at some way to make the formula work.
So I would just want to commend you in how you manage your fire department, especially because I saw a documentary where I don't remember which city, but they did not have any proper working fire trucks. And to see that we are a small city and doing so well, and you're able to balance the budget. So I just want to commend you for that.
Thank you.
Thank you. I believe FM, Factory Mutual, set standards for fire truck life, and then they set insurance rates based on that. And I think that 10-year lifespan has a lot to do with keeping everybody's insurance rates lower. How hard can you push against that 10 years and not raise everybody's rate 20% or whatever the magic number would be?
Yeah, I think with the amount of hours we put on trucks, it's difficult to do that. It really is, because the trucks are out all day long. Our volume continues to go up. Even though most of that volume is EMS, our fire engines play a crucial role in supporting that service. So as long as we continue to operate under that model, right, we're going to demand our fire engines to be out on the road a lot. So it really, if you want to come look at what our 2008 trucks look like, they've lived a life and they're showing it. So it does stress me to think that we're going to try to kind of push that out. The ones that are frontline trucks now that'll be replaced are 2016. So they're hitting their 10-year now. So they're already going to go over that 10-year mark by about 2 years. luckily, we do have a good maintenance team. We have 2 full-time mechanics, and they are very good at making sure that our trucks, kind of stay in good running order. And we put a lot of emphasis this last year on, our work order process and making sure that we're tracking how long they're out of service and tracking whether they're getting their preventative maintenance and things like that. So we have data to kind of show the status of those trucks and whether they're seeing long unexpected out of service time and things of that nature. So I do worry, though, quite a bit, to get back to your answer about whether or not we can really push that, if that's one of the options that's most feasible for us.
Thank you. It sounds like that's probably not a good option. And I think you'll see it if you haven't already. I know the police department's had similar problems when you push a piece of equipment past its useful life.
We've seen it too. Yep.
Your maintenance costs all of a sudden start catching up with you, and you almost can't afford to maintain them. So I think, I don't know what the answer is tonight, but I think we probably need an answer. I did a little background looking into steel and copper and aluminum, and all of the raw material spot prices took a hockey stick jump to the sky in the past year. It's just really unbelievable on the one hand, but it really supported why this price went from 3/4 to 1.1 million in a short period of time. It's just astronomical thing. I also know that on these large purchases, there's some financing involved. We've got a 10-year note for this.
Correct.
And that'll cover the anticipated lifespan, and paying just under 6%. And we did go for some bids on that so that we got a competitive rate.
Correct. We did get the manufacturer gave us rates, and then we had our finance department shop around, and they found that mechanics locally was the best rate.
All right. Okay. I guess we'll just have to figure out how to get that second unit on order sooner than later. I'm done. Thank you, Mr. President.
You're welcome. And Ms. Mount?
I have 2 questions. One of them we've already discussed. Why Pierce? Like, why does it hold up better for more years, et cetera? I know Mansfield's been a Pierce town for a while. If you could just address that, because I know some other brands don't run quite as high, but perhaps they don't last as long.
Yeah. So Pierce is the maker of the truck that we've gone with for, I don't know how long, forever. Their quality. They are known in our industry as the top line truck that you can get, how well it's built and quality. We did look at some other options, particularly one that's fascinating to me, or something I would really like to look into. There's a manufacturer out of Columbus known as Sutphin. It is very popular in Ohio. However, they've had a lot of labor issues over the last year, and their workforce has been on strike, and their lead times are out over 4 years because of that. Their prices are very comparable to Pierce, but I think you're going to see very similar quality. But the benefits of having a company that's right down the road in Dublin, Ohio, versus Appleton, Wisconsin, where our Pierces are made. We've looked at some other manufacturers over the last year. The prices are not as significantly cheaper as we would have liked to see to make them, kind of appetizing to kind of bite on. You're looking at maybe $100,000 less for some of the companies that are just popping up without the reputation and without the service experience of a company like Pierce that are popping up and trying to sell you on saying, hey, I'll get you a truck in 12 months. As we know, we are going to need this truck for 20 years. So if you kind of price that over the life of the truck, is it really worth saving $100,000 today to get something that you don't understand the quality of? There's no reputation behind it. But we did evaluate those options, and I'm open to looking at, different. Obviously, if something comes up that's just a good deal for us or something for us to try out, I think we need to make that move to do it. There just wasn't anything in this cycle that jumped out.
Thank you. And my second.
Oh, sorry.
The second one was, if something happens with the Senate hearings and all that, and prices get capped or the price somehow drops, if there's any progress on that front, could we be looking at a different price by the time of delivery, or are we locked in at this price buying today?
I'd say when we sign the contract and make the payment, we're locked in. And even if Congress does anything, which I mean, I don't know, insert your own opinion there. I don't know if it would actually cut prices other than just to maybe
Stop 'em.
cap growth, or I don't know what they would do out of it. They really want to do a lot of finger wagging, showing that how bad this has been for local governments. But I don't know if there's much action that's going to come from that.
Ms. Robertson.
Thank you, Mr. President. Chief, I guess the question is when you start looking at going to another maker, somebody else, I know with the PD, we've had Fords, we've had Dodges, we've had Chevys, we had to know Ruminas, Chevys. You also incur a cost when you change to a different manufacturer because they're not all built the same. The parts are different. So if that, obviously I would say that you'd probably incur you'd have training with your mechanics on the new rigs, as well as the cost of all the different materials, because you'd have to re-outfit a lot of things. So there's something to consider too that
So
happens.
Assistant Chief Carey sitting back there, he's the one who really is kind of, who I lean on for advice on these things. And that's one of the things he's kind of pointed out, with purchasing these, we are keeping all of our trucks completely in line with the suspension systems and the chassis parts and the engines and everything that we have now. Our mechanics get training on that. We send them to the annual conference on that. They're familiar with it. So there is a cost to that. Obviously, we balance whether or not that cost is worth it if we can find a good deal out there on a different maker. But it's something that, Assistant Chief Carey lets me know all the time that there's a lot of problems with just buying one truck that doesn't fit the rest of the fleet when we have everything kind of perfectly in line to maintain the trucks like we have.
Any other questions, discussion from council? Okay. Thank you, Chief.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Oh, yes.
And I don't think I really do want to move it forward. I think at least, is that a problem for you, Chief, at all to go ahead and at least have one more read on this? Okay. Yeah.
And I'm just thinking too, with the more people, the sooner they get in line, you don't want to delay. I wouldn't want to delay on the purchase.
No, I don't want to delay, but it is just set for a first read. I mean, I don't know. I just feel, I think I'd feel better with one more read. I mean, yeah, it's only $1 million. Throw it around like we would.
What's 2 weeks?
Let's
when you're
just do.
talking
Let's
about
just do
3
one.
years.
Yeah, let's just do one more read.
Okay. Then moving on to Bill 26-027, Mr. Diaz.
Thank you, Mr. President. As discussed in committee, this is the resolution for declaring the city's intention to appropriate easement interests in certain real property for the purpose of completing public streetscape improvements and to promote the public health and welfare.
Any discussion on Bill 26-027? Okay. Hearing none, moving on to Bill 26-028, Ms. Mount.
Thank you, Mr. President. Bill 26028 is appointing Councilwoman Cheryl Meyer to the Richland County Regional Planning Commission Metropolitan Planning Organization Committee and declaring an emergency. This would be to finish out the term seat that was held by Reverend Eleazar Acuccia.
Okay, any discussion on Bill 26-028? Okay. Is there anything else further to come before caucus this evening?
Move to close.
Second.
Been regularly moved and seconded. We adjourn caucus. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same. We are adjourned. With that, I'll call the session of Mansfield City Council to order. Please stand for the pledge and remain standing for the prayer. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Take a minute this evening to ask our Creator to look over our proceedings, to bless our city, to bless all of our safety service people that are plowing the streets and helping people. Unfortunately, I'm sure there's some accidents and different things that happen. and take care that all those people are safe. And amen.
The clerk will now call the roll.
Mr. Miranda,
Present.
Mrs. Meyer,
Present.
Mrs. Davis Weiss,
Present.
Miss Daly,
Here.
Mr. Diaz,
Here.
Miss Mount,
Here.
Miss Robertson,
Here.
Mr. Folkett,
Here.
President Scott.
Present. Unless there is an objection, the reading of the journal and correspondence will be dispensed with. Hearing no objection, we will move on. I've been told there was no one signed up for public comment. Are there any committee reports? Okay. Anything from mayor and directors? Nope. Okay, then we shall proceed with legislation. I'll call on Ms. Daly.
I move with respect to Bill 26-026 and 26-028 that the rule requiring legislation be submitted by Monday at 4 p.m. be suspended, and that bills 26-026 and 26-028 be allowed on the floor this evening.
Okay, it's been regularly moved and seconded. Council should have the motion before them. Motion passes 8-0. Once again, Ms. Daly.
Thank you, Mr. President. Suspension of the rules. I move with respect to all bills that come before council this evening that the rule requiring reading on 3 different days be suspended and that each bill be read one time by title only.
Second.
Been regularly moved and seconded. Motion should be before you.
Oh,
Motion passes 8-0. And we shall now proceed with legislation. Bill 26-022. Mrs. Meyer.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move that Bill 26-022 be read and placed upon the floor for discussion.
Second.
Been regularly moved and seconded. The clerk shall read the abbreviated version.
Yes. Honoring Assistant Chief Rob Garn upon his retirement from the City of Mansfield Fire Department.
I believe we've covered this in caucus, but is there anything further to add to the resolution honoring Assistant Chief Garn in his retirement? Okay. With that, Mrs. Meyer.
Thank you, sir. I move the Bill 26-022 be placed upon the floor for final passage.
Second.
Been regularly moved and seconded. Council shall cast their vote for final passage of Bill 26-022. Bill passes 8-0. Bill 26-023, Ms. Robertson.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move that Bill 26-023 be read and placed upon the floor for discussion.
Second.
Been regularly moved and seconded. The clerk shall read Bill 26-023.
Approving the appointment of the following members to the Mansfield Public Arts Commission for a term commencing August 1st, 2026.
Is there any discussion on Bill 26-023? Hearing none. Ms. Robertson.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move that Bill 26-023 be placed upon the floor for final passage.
Second.
Been regularly moved and seconded. Council shall cast their vote for final passage of Bill 26-023. Bill passes 8-0. Bill 26-023, Mr. Folkett.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move that Bill 26024 be read and placed upon the floor for discussion.
Second.
Been regularly moved and seconded. The clerk shall read Bill 26-024.
authorizing payment to Bricker Graydon LLP in the amount of $14,321.21 by affirming a then and now certificate of the finance director and declaring an emergency.
Is there any discussion on Bill 26-024? Hearing none, Mr. Fauquet.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move that Bill 26-024 be placed upon the floor for final passage.
Second.
Been regularly moved and seconded. Council shall cast their vote for final passage of Bill 26-024. Bill passes 8-0. Bill 26-025, Mr. Fauquet.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move that Bill 26-025 be read and placed upon the floor for discussion.
Second.
Been regularly moved and seconded. The clerk shall read Bill 26-025.
Expressing the intent of the city of Mansfield to sell unneeded, obsolete, and unfit personal property by means of internet auction and authorizing the safety service director to list such property for sale with GovDeals Inc. and declaring an emergency.
Is there any discussion on Bill 26-025? Hearing none, Mr. Fauquet.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move that Bill 26-025 be placed upon the floor for final passage.
Second.
Been regularly moved and seconded. Council shall cast their vote for final passage of Bill 26-025. Bill passes 8-0. Bill 26-026, Mrs. Meyer.
Thank you, sir. I move that Bill 26-026 be read and placed upon the floor for discussion.
Second.
Been regularly moved and seconded. The clerk shall read Bill 26-026.
Authorizing the safety service director to enter into a contract with Atlantic Emergency Solutions, 6900 Northview Avenue Northeast, Canton, Ohio, 44721, to purchase one Pierce Impel pumper fire truck for the Mansfield Fire Department.
Is there any discussion on Bill 26-026? Hearing none, that shall be considered the first read for Bill 26-026. Bill 26-027, Mr. Diaz.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move that Bill 26-027 be placed upon the floor for discussion.
Second.
Been regularly moved and seconded. The clerk shall read Bill 26-027.
Resolution pursuant to Ohio Revised Code 719.04, declaring the city's intention to appropriate easement interest in certain real property for the purpose of completing public streetscape improvements and to promote the public health and welfare.
Is there any discussion on Bill 26-027? Hearing none, Mr. Diaz.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move that Bill 26-027 be placed upon the floor for full consideration.
Second.
Been regularly moved and seconded. Council shall cast their vote for final passage of Bill 26-027. Bill passes 8-0. And our last bill this evening, Bill 26-028. Ms. Mount.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move that Bill 26-028 be read and placed upon the floor for discussion.
Second.
Been regularly moved and seconded. The clerk shall read Bill 26-028.
Appointing Councilwoman Cheryl Meyer to the Richland County Regional Planning Commission, Metropolitan Planning Organization, the MPO Committee, and declaring an emergency.
Is there any discussion on Bill 26-028? Hearing none. Ms. Mount.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move that Bill 26-028 be placed upon the floor for final consideration.
Second.
Been regularly moved and seconded. Council shall cast their vote for final passage of Bill 26-028. Bill passes 8-0. Is there anything further to come before council this evening? If
Move to close.
Second.
been regularly moved and seconded, we adjourned. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the same. We are adjourned.